Good evening. This evening I'm here to ask you, why are you asking the wrong question about actually having the success that you want? Hi, my name's Rob Yates. I'm the CEO and one of the founders of Tetrakey, and this evening is episode number 148 of Tetrakey TV. Coming to you, Mark says sorry this evening. He's just gone to bed. He's man down with a horrible lurgy and flu. So he's off to bed. But tonight I want to ask you that question. Tonight I want you to have that thought. The real secret to success and performance is not the question why, it's the question why not. The problem we face as human beings is that we've been trained to ask the question why. Why does this work? Why does this work? Why? In fact, we've been trained to ask that question why the entire time. But just ask yourself this question. Why would it not be possible? You see, when we look for the question why, what actually we're looking for is the negatives. We're looking for the reasons why things won't work. Well, if we say, well, why not? Then actually we start looking for the opportunity. We start looking for the construct that will allow us to do different, to do new, to perform at a higher level, to break barriers. I mean, what would have happened if Roger Bannister all those years ago had started asking lots of why blocking questions to beat the 4-minute mile? The answer is he wouldn't have done it. But in the end, he asked the questions, why not? Why is it not possible? Why is it not possible? He set about looking at why is it not possible, and by identifying that and challenging the conception of it not being possible, challenging it, he broke the 4-minute mile. And when you look what happened the following year, 3 consecutive other people then broke it because he'd led the way. He'd performed higher than anybody else. And so I guess my question for you is, why are you looking for the problem as opposed to looking for the solution, looking for the answer? It's interesting that in all my years as a coach, whenever I suggest an opportunity to people, 9 times out of 10, most people tell me why it will not work. As opposed to saying, whew, that's a stretch. But I guess there's no reason why it cannot work. Now, we're kind of playing with semantics in some respects this evening. But I want to ask you, how much do you really want that increased level of success? How much do you really want different? How much do you really want to perform as the very best version of you? How much do you really want it? And what is it that you're willing to do to go and change your conceptions, change the questions you ask to enable yourself to get it? Because that fundamentally is what's going to have to change. As opposed to looking at the problem, you're going to have to look at it as an opportunity, as a challenge, as maybe the thing that'll step you over the edge into that pool of whatever it is that you wish to have. You have to go and look at all those things that most people say simply is not possible, and go and find a way of making them possible, often ignoring completely all those things that other people say. You see, if you take on all of those things that other people say with all of those negative why hunting questions, quite possibly you're going to get the same outcomes that they get, and probably the same outcomes that you have been getting up until now. Those outcomes for those people and for you haven't produced the results that it is that you want. If they had, you probably wouldn't be watching this now. And so let's go and ask, why can I not do this? Why can I not? What is it that I can do to make this possible? How about I'm going to make this possible? How about going and putting a line in the sand? It's often what you'll notice Mark and I do. We tell you there's going to be a book out. And often when we tell you there's going to be a book out, we haven't started writing the book yet. Or if we have, we've written less than a third. But we put a gun against our head. We tell the entire world that we're going to do something that most people would say is not possible. We put it out there and then we make it possible. So what is it that you're going to go and do now? When somebody says to you tomorrow and presents an opportunity, what series of questions are you only going to allow yourself to ask? You see, even one slight why will it not work question, or I don't believe it, or wow, that's too hard, or la 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 question, even one thought will be the blocker that prevents you from having that thing and taking it from a challenge into an opportunity. It'll block it completely, and it will just leave it as a mountain too big to climb. So that's it from me, see, that's my thought. Ask the right questions. Ask more of the right questions. Look only for reasons why it can work. Only. Put those blinkers on and focus on making it work. And you'll be amazed that you can make almost anything possible. In fact, on that note, in a few weeks' time in Portland, Oregon, I'll be running a Tetrakey Performance Accelerator coaching course, where we're going to teach people how to make the seemingly impossible possible. One of the activities that I'll be taking people through on that program is about breaking those perceptions. The major perception that we're going to break is how to hold your breath for over 4 minutes, when most of pop psychology and physiology would say that you should be dead. So, there we go. It is possible to hold your breath for 4 minutes, 6 minutes. I even know of a person who can do it for 9 minutes and still keep complete consciousness. And I'll be teaching that as one of those activities on that program. So if you want to take part in that program, either leave me a message below, get in touch with Paul Kuthi, paul@tributarycoaching.com, or drop me an email, rob@tetrakey.com. Let's see if we can make a way for you to go and turn the impossible into your real possible. Good night.